Hello. Today I'm going to talk about a new listening strategy which is called auditory sabotage. Auditory sabotage means you give a wrong auditory information and the child can understand that this is wrong and the child should correct you. For example, we were talking about colors in the last week, so we continue color as the theme. Now, if you are stringing the beads, okay, you have different color beads, red and yellow and blue and green. Then you tell the child, give me red bead, and the child gives you red bead. And you pick up yellow bead and say, I'll put another red bead, and you pick up the yellow bead. So the child has to tell you, this is not red bead, this is yellow bead. The same way, suppose you are talking at the meals time. So you say, please give me water. I want to eat water. Now the child should be able to listen and understand that you used a wrong verb. So the child should be able to tell you, drink water, not eat water. So what we are trying to say is that the child has to listen clearly what you are saying, getting auditory information, filtering whether this is right or wrong, and should be able to judge if it is a wrong information. And that's a higher listening skill which we expect the child to develop by this stage. Coming to receptive language goals, again we are working lots on colors. So in that, the question will be, what color is it? Or what color do you want? So the question the child should be able to understand. Also, you are going to use two adjectives with one noun, and the child should understand and process the whole sentence. For example, again, continue with the beads. So you say, give me red big bead, big red bead, or give me small yellow bead. Now bead is a noun and big and small and the color is adjective. Now the child should be able to pick up the big red bead and not the small red bead to give you to string in the thread. So like that you go on using two adjectives with one noun, and child should understand that. Also at this stage, work on language of thinking. What is language of thinking? I know, I think. And this will also be related to prediction. So you will have simple prediction as your goal, and you will have language of thinking as your goal. For example, you might tell the child, I think it's going to rain today. Let's carry our umbrella. So you're predicting it might rain because it is overcast, and at the same time, you're using the language, I think. Or you say, I know you're hungry, so I'm going to put the food on the table. Again, it's a prediction that you're hungry and you're saying, I know. Also, when you're talking in the stories, when you're reading stories to the child, sharing a book with the child, rather than telling what happened next, you ask the child, what do you think happened next? For example, you were telling the story of the wolf and the three pigs. So the wolf knocked at the door. Do you think the pig opened the door? What did you think? What do you think happened next? So this way the child will be able to predict. This is a higher executive function. The child will develop that skill, and through this you can teach a lot of abstract language and advanced language to the child very meaningfully. Also, you talk about two adjectives and noun which the child should understand at this. Then coming to expressive language goals. Now you expect the child to say at least 3 or 4 names of the colors correctly. and use color as adjective along with a noun. For example, the child should be able to say, I want to wear red shirt today. Or again, coming to beads, the child should be able to say, I want to put yellow bead now. So may not be able to use two adjectives at this stage because you are giving a lot of two adjectives bombardment to the child. The child expects the child to use at least one adjective along with the noun. So you say, what color bead do you want now? And the child says red. Oh, red bead. You want red bead. You're playing with the blocks. What color block do you want next? Yellow. Oh, you want yellow block. Like that. See that the child understands that the adjective has to be used along with a noun. Also, start expecting that the child uses some verbs in past tense form and future tense form. For example, you're talking about the experiences. The child has gone to the zoo or gone to the garden to play. And when you do talk about, you remember we were doing a lot of talks about which we will continue this week also. So when you are doing talk about go visit to a garden or visit to the zoo, then the child should be able to say, I went to the zoo yesterday, or I will go to the park in the evening. So rather than saying I go to the park or I go to the zoo, the child should be able to put it in perspective. This is finished, past tense. So the child has to say, I went. This will be in future next. So the child has to say, will go. Like that, some of the verbs you expect from the child to do that. Okay, so in speech, we stimulate R and L. So these are two sounds which get confused sometimes. So when you put them together, again, this is related to the color, it becomes easier. When you say color, your L sound is coming in the middle of the word and R sound is coming at the end of the word. Suppose you say red, your R sound is coming in the initial position of the word. But when you say, suppose you say yellow, again L is coming in the middle position of the word. But when you say blue or green, L and R is in the middle position, but it's a blend. So be careful at this stage. What do we expect from the child is, the child should be able to say these two sounds correctly in the middle position and in the initial position, then in the final position, and then in the blends with that stages of hierarchy. So what to expect from the child? If the child is not saying blue and is saying blue or boo or loo, then expect loo because the child is saying lo. Okay. The book we have picked up for this is my very first book of colors. So in this book, again, there will be a lot of reinforcement of colors, names, reinforcement of L and R sound, reinforcement of sight reading, which we started earlier, reinforcement of association of print and sound. Keeping in view all these goals, this book is helpful in the beginning. For example, you say blue. Now this is not blue, this is yellow. So the child has to say, find the blue. Okay, where is the blue color? Ah, that is the blue bird. That's a blue bird. Okay, you go to next and you say, where is red? Okay, we are doing red. So it's red. That's red truck, red ambulance. The red truck. Okay, so this you're matching. Now when you're matching this, see R, and it is also red, which is a small word. along with the colors. This is the color and this is the color and the adjective. So when we do this, when it's a firefighting engine, you're going into the firefighter, it's of red color. When you talk about yellow, again you see this is a longer word. Red was small word, this is a longer word. So even from the duration or the size of the word, your child will be able to guess what you're saying. So this is yellow, and now the child has to follow. What is yellow? So the child has to find this. So the child says, yellow lemon. So don't stop at saying yellow. Yellow lemon. Yes, this is yellow lemon. This is blue bird. Okay, where is blue? Let's not make a mistake here. So you find the blue and then match this with the blue bird. Okay, so this book can help reinforcement of L and R sound and names of the colors also, along with the sight rate. The tips are again talkabouts. So what are the talkabouts? You talk not about objects. Now we are doing talkabouts, discussing the topic of places. For example, visit to the zoo, visit to beach, visit to hospital, visit to fish aquarium, visit to the garden. And then accordingly, you also do a lot of role play. For example, if you're talking about visit to the garden, then you can do role play of mother and the child or two siblings. If you're talking about visit to the school, then you can do a lot of role play of teacher and the student. If you're doing visit to the hospital or a clinic, then you can do role play of doctor and nurse. And the same way, if you have a visit to the market, which the children love, to a mall or a general store, then when you come back to role play of customer and the shopkeeper. Try this out and let me know what works for you. If you want to view any other session which you have missed before this, the link is given below, which will take you to the 40-week session plan. See you next week. Thank you.